Please let there be an NFL season. I'm not good enough at Madden to do a digital one. Grossi Posse Packer Nation. Welcome to an episode of Packcast, the podcast where you don't have to be a Packers fan, but it sure does help. I'm your host, Tom. If there's no football this fall, then guess that OnlyFans is getting started. Grossi, and today we are going to be taking a look at the ongoing story between the NFL Players Association and the NFL itself, what they've been fighting over, what compromises they have made, and what it means for a potential season this fall. Before we get to that, I want to do a big shout and thank you to two brand new patrons over at patreon.com/TomGrossiComedy and a new YouTube member. First, we got Choo Choo Train Wreck, and we got Leo Cosman over on the Patreon side of things. And for YouTube members, we got Punta Gorda. Thank you all very much for the support. It is much appreciated. But over the weekend, what you may have saw on Sunday was a number of NFL players tweeting out their support for wanting to play this season, however, expressing their concerns that the NFL was not taking proper precautions against the coronavirus to keep players and their families safe. You had guys like Drew Brees tweeting out, or Russell Wilson, who was talking about his pregnant wife, and those are all valid concerns. And we're starting to get closer and closer now, especially because rookies were supposed to report to training camp this week. Packers rookies were expected to start training camp tomorrow in Green Bay. However, that has gotten pushed back to Thursday because it really doesn't seem like there is a cohesive action plan in place, which is surprising considering you had the NFL who had the most time to look at this situation, look how every other major sports league was doing it, and they still messed it up. And if that's not the NFL, then I don't know what is. But coming into today, some of those negotiations have actually been pretty positive. So for example, the NFL was pushing pretty hard on the fact that they wanted to play at least 2 NFL preseason games, and the NFL Players Association was like, nah, we don't want to play any games whatsoever. There was an offer on the table for just 1 game this morning, but it seems that the NFL has actually pitched the Players Association to play no preseason games this year, which is a big compromise, and it goes to wonder, okay, well, what does the NFL get in return for that? But it looks like as of this moment, the NFL Players Association has been pushing for this the entire time, that there will be no preseason games played this year, which a total of no one has complained about because nobody watched preseason games anyway. In addition, one of the other big things that the Players Association was pushing for was the fact that they wanted daily testing done. And it looks like that they may have gotten that wish as well, because coming out today, it says all NFL players will need more than 1 negative test before first entering team facilities, and there will be daily testing for 2 weeks. After those 2 weeks, if the rate of positive tests are 5% or lower, well, then it will go to every other day testing. And this is super important because training camp was supposed to start for everybody July 28th, and as of right now, it seems like that is still on schedule. I was also reading that players will wear proximity recording devices during all team activities, which will provide contact tracing information to the team, which will basically identify the people that they've been in contact with, so if they are infected, they can isolate those people more quickly. Now, the question, of course, becomes, and the question that's on everybody's mind and no one really knows the answer to, is are we actually going to have a regular season? Is it 1, going to be on time, and 2, is it going to happen at all? And 3, if it does happen, is it actually going to finish out with a Super Bowl, or is it going to get canceled 4 weeks in? Some good news that might provide some type of foundation, or at least some kind of blueprint for the NFL to follow, was that the entire NBA has been tested for coronavirus, and as of right this second, 0 players have reported positive. So that is a great thing that they could potentially utilize. The NBA obviously living in their bubble, they're wearing a ton of masks and showing at least, for a week that things could work. Apparently the food could be better, but things could work. Now with the NFL, I don't know how they're going to go about and try doing these things because, again, just logistically, it's incredibly difficult without any fans. The amount of training personnel, coaches, etc., the amount of people that are needed for there to be a game is very difficult. It is a very high contact and close sport. And so if someone gets sick, what happens, and this is something that the NFLPA has been arguing, what happens if someone gets sick on the team? What happens to the rest of the team? Do they all go into quarantine? How long is testing provided, etc.? It's just going to be a matter of waiting and seeing if they actually report to training camp the 28th. And if they do, they basically have a month for them to prepare for regular season games, and we get to see what that looks like. So as of right now, it looks like all systems are a go, but as we know, things could change rapidly. But right now, some positivity, but not corona positive stuff, because that would be bad. In other crazy news, Antonio Brown retired again. Antonio Brown tweeting out today that he was done with football before dropping his music. He had previously tweeted that he was done with football back when the Patriots cut him, and then was trying out with other teams as well as working out with Russell Wilson. And so hopefully this is the last time that we talk about Antonio Brown and no one asks me again if the Packers are going to sign him. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. Do you think there's going to be a season this year? How do you feel about this news coming out? You side with the NFL, the NFLPA? I just want football. Let me know what you think. You can always send me at TomGrossiComedy.com or at TomGrossiComedy on all social media. See down below. Check out Podcasts on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play Music, Spotify, and of course YouTube. And a big shout out and thank you to all the patrons over at Patreon.com/TomGrossiComedy and the YouTube members. But thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. And as always, go Pack Go.